Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. It's actually transit night on the Pete Mezzetti Show tonight, and my guest this evening is Joe Comerford, who is the Executive Director of the Estuary Transit District, which is also known as Ninetown Transit. Joe, welcome. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
So tell us a little bit about Joe Comerford and how long he's been with Ninetown Transit.
So I've actually been with Ninetown Transit now for 10 years.
Okay.
So it's been quite some time already.
All right.
But the good thing is we still have a lot of exciting things happening that we're happy to share today.
Absolutely.
So got a lot going on even after 10 years.
Well, what's going on? Where do you want to start?
Let's start with a little bit about who we are for those of your guests that don't know.
Absolutely.
So we are the public transit operator for what we like to call the Valley Shore region.
Mm-hmm.
So we cover all the way from Madison to Old Lyme and north as far as Haddam and East Haddam and even Durham. So we have a pretty large service area.
Wow.
We do that with two different types of service. One is fixed routes and the other is door-to-door dial-a-ride type service.
Okay.
And each year we do about 640,000 miles of service and 32,000 hours with about a $2 million operating budget. And we do about 100,000 passenger trips per year. So we move a lot of people every year in a 330 square mile area. So it's,
my God.
So we cover a pretty big area and serve a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
And our routes, we'll start with our routes.
Sure.
So we have actually now 5 routes. They go from all over, they're really regional routes. They go from Old Saybrook to Madison, where we connect to service to New Haven with the CT Transit. We go from Old Saybrook to New London, where we connect to all the Southeast area transit bus service, serving all of New London, Norwich. We go from Old Saybrook to Chester, along Route 154 and through the 3 villages up there. And we go from Old Saybrook to Middletown and connect to both the Connecticut Transit Hartford and Middletown area transit services. And our newest route is from Madison up to Middletown along Route 81. So it goes through Clinton and Killingworth and Haddam and up to the community college, downtown Middletown, and Saybrook Road, where all the many doctors' offices are.
I was going to say, and that route started, I believe, recently.
Yes, started in August.
Okay.
Just this past August. So.
Wow.
Yes, it took us a long time to get that going.
I was going to say, how's that, so far it's started in August and now it's almost April. It's the beginning of April. How are things going with that route? Busy?
Yeah, as anything, it takes a little while to build and it's starting to grow.
Good.
Usually takes a little time for people to change their jobs and change their work schedules, change their education. Because now people that didn't have access to the community college before now have access.
Right.
People who, lived in Middletown, maybe wanted a job at Clinton Crossing outlets but couldn't get there and now have that access. So all that stuff usually takes a little time to line up, and we're starting to see that the ridership grow and grow. So
cool.
We're hoping that that's going to continue to grow so we can keep that valuable service for those towns.
Very cool. You guys are busy.
Yes, we are.
Hey, that's a good thing, though. Let's see. What else are we gonna talk about?
Well, as I mentioned, we do connect with a lot of bus services.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 different bus services we connect with, but we also connect with train service, like Shoreline East.
Sure.
We serve 4 different Shoreline East stations from Old Saybrook, Madison, Westbrook, and Clinton.
Okay.
So provide a rail connection. We also connect with Amtrak in Old Saybrook.
Yeah.
And we even connect with Greyhound bus service in New London. So for a lot of connections, all of our connections to the bus systems like CT Transit, New Haven, Hartford, Southeast Area Transit, Middletown Area Transit, we offer free transfers onto those.
Yes.
So you continue to ride at no extra cost. And our base fare for all of our routes is $1.75. And for seniors who are 60 or over, and for people with disabilities, they can ride for just 85 cents.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very affordable option, and that gets you, it can get you all the way to Hartford, it can get you all the way to New Haven for that $1.75, so it's really affordable. And so our other service I talked about was our dial-a-ride service, and that's again available anywhere within the now actually 12 towns that we serve, which are all listed in the front here. It's door-to-door service anywhere within those towns. You have to book it at least a day in advance. and up to 2 weeks in advance.
Yes.
So that is $350 anywhere, again, within that 330 square miles that we serve. Just $350.
I think I know a thing or two about your dial-a-ride service.
Yes, you do.
Speaking of dial-a-ride service and the services you guys offer and scheduling 24 hours advance up to 2 weeks in advance, you can also schedule your trip through the app.
You can.
Talk to us.
Yes, so about a year ago, we launched an app.
Yeah.
It's available on both iOS, which is all Apple devices,
Yeah.
and Android devices. And the app allows you to book your trips, cancel them, make changes to them. But it also, on the day of your trip, it gives you a little alert, and you probably know this better than anybody because I know you're a user of the app. It lets you see exactly where your bus is.
Yes.
So you know exactly how far away it is from you and when it's on its way to get you and when it's sitting outside waiting for you. So
Yes.
it lets you follow the bus and know exactly what's going on. So you can sit inside a little bit longer and wait for wait inside instead of waiting outside. Mm-hmm. It also, as of a week ago, now allows you to pay with a credit card through the app.
Yes,
So you can now store your credit card in our app and just charge your trips right there to your credit card, and it won't charge until you get on the bus. So that way you can ride completely cashless.
Wow.
Yes, and it's a very new option.
It is.
And we are for the first in Connecticut to offer such a payment service, and one of the very few in the country doing so. So it's we're really interested to see how many people take advantage of that. The world's going towards cashless.
Right.
Not everyone, but so we're still going to take cash as always.
Right.
But we want to have that option available for those who don't carry cash, like myself.
Like me.
Many of us nowadays don't carry much cash.
Exactly.
It's quite an inconvenience to do so.
Right.
So yeah, we want to have those options available to people.
I was going to say one of the other options for paying for your trip that you guys offer are your 10 trip tickets as well.
That's correct. So we do have a couple different prepaid media types.
You have one?
I do.
I was going to say.
And one of them
Yeah.
is a 10 ride pass, and it gives you 10 trips on our routes, but it's also a pass that can be used on any of our services, so it could also be used for 5 trips on our dollar ride.
Yes.
So one ticket can let you use both. So someone, like yourself, sometimes you ride the route, sometimes you take a dollar ride, you only have to have one type of
piece of paper.
fare media, and
Yes.
not have to buy multiple types.
Uh-huh.
And let you save money on both.
Right.
So this is just $15.75.
Yep.
Instead of the $1.75 or $3.50 per trip. Mm-hmm. And then we also have 2 types of monthly passes. This is the senior disabled one.
Okay.
This is $31 for a full calendar month. We also have just a regular non-senior disabled one that's $59 for the month, and it's unlimited trips on any of our routes.
Yes.
For a full calendar month. So again, if you ride frequently, if somebody who commutes to work, which more than half of our trips are for people going to work.
Yes.
If you go every day, this makes a lot of sense because this is the best value for most people.
Absolutely.
And again, it allows you not to carry cash all the time and have correct change and all that.
I was going to say the 10 trip, I think I know a little bit about.
Yeah, and those are available. They could buy them at our office, but that's probably the least convenient place.
Right.
You could also get everything but the senior disabled one at Stop and Shops in our area.
Yep.
And you could also buy any of our passes on our website, the 9towntransit.com, and we mail them right to you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I went to the local Stop and Shop a couple weeks ago because I was out of bus passes, and I was at Stop and Shop in Clinton. I walk into the customer service department. The girl working behind the counter just looks at me. She's like, "It's that time of the month for bus passes, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Really? I'm that predictable?" She was like, "I waited on you last month." I'm like, "It's about." I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "All right." She's like, "You got it."
Yeah, the majority of our passes are sold at Stop and Shops.
Yep, I know.
So they're a great partner for us, and we have 3 of them
Yep.
right in the area.
Correct.
So they're very convenient. And also Adams and Deep River also sells them. So
They do? Oh, I
they
didn't
do.
know
So
that.
we have so we have 4 outlets in the community.
Oh, cool.
And they're a lot more convenient for many people than either online or coming to us. So
Cool.
so again, we try to have it available in all different options.
Excellent. So what else?
So
What else are we?
yeah, so I kind of mentioned some of our new service, which is our Madison to Middletown route.
Yeah.
So that's one exciting new service, but we do have others that are kind of just getting started.
Sure.
One of those is our taxi voucher program. And
Yeah, I heard about this.
yeah, we've started that back in December. We've been trying to promote it a lot because, what I'm sure you again could speak to this well, that during the week and during our regular business hours, we have a lot of options out there. We have a lot of different services.
Yes.
But people do need to go beyond our service area. Even though we have a pretty large service area, sometimes people need to travel beyond that. Sometimes people need to travel late at night, on weekends.
Right.
And there's not always options for people. So our taxi voucher program allows people to ride through our taxi partner, who is Curtin Transportation, and it allows them to ride at half price. So all people do is they have to be a senior, 60 or over, or have a disability. And our definition for that is just that they have either a Medicare card or the CT Transit reduced fare ID.
Sure.
And they send us an amount of money between $25 and $100, and we double it with Curtin. And then they can call Curtin. They can call Curtin up to 3 months in advance and book trips with Curtin. And so it ends up costing them just half the price. And the reason we chose Curtin as our partner is because they cover the entire service area. They'll go anywhere in Connecticut. And they offer both sedans and wheelchair accessible vehicles.
Really?
Which was very important to us, that we have wheelchair accessibility so that it's available to everyone.
Really? Joe, we're about to go into a break. Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
I'd love to.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Are you ready to go? We don't want to be late. What's more important than tonight?
Registering to be an organ donor.
We have to leave in 3 minutes.
Perfect. It only took 2 minutes.
Really? It only takes 2 minutes?
In the next 2 minutes, what are you doing? If you've ever thought of becoming an organ donor but haven't, now may be the perfect time to pick up your phone and do it.
I should do that.
Honey!
Attention travelers. Next Tuesday, a major power outage will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Water, phone, and internet service will be in short supply. There will likely be panic citywide. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show, sitting over with Joe Comerford from Ninetown Transit. Joe, welcome back.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. So, Joe, we were talking a little bit about, in the break, about the UPass program that you guys offer. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about the UPass program?
Sure. So, we talked about some fare options, but one we haven't talked about yet is it's a statewide UPass program.
Okay.
So, most of the state universities participate, and locally, those would be Middlesex Community College, Southern Connecticut State University, and Three Rivers Community Colleges. All 3 of those participate, in addition to many others, but those are the kind of 3 locally that do. And that allows students of those colleges to just go to the school, and each school has kind of a little different process, but they all have some process which their students can get a UPass, which is a ticket, and it's no charge. It's already included in their tuition, so there's no additional charge for it. And that pass allows them to use any bus system in Connecticut, any fixed route service in the entire state, and the commuter rail system. So that's Shoreline East, Metro North, as far as the state line, and the new Hartford line. So
Cool.
It's an incredible program. Yep, like I said, it's already included in their tuition. So, anybody that say wanted to go to the Middlesex Community College,
Right.
we have 2 routes that go up there. Can go up there at no cost at all on both those routes. But again, that could be 3 Rivers. It could be we see passes from as far as Capital Community College in Hartford. So
Wow.
So yeah, it's an incredible program that people absolutely, if you're a student of one of those colleges, you should absolutely take advantage of that. Get that pass, even if you don't use it all the time. It's a great thing to have and use on the entire state system here in Connecticut.
How's the UPass program doing so far? Pretty well?
It's been extremely successful statewide. Oh yes, it's been a tremendous success.
That's a good thing.
It is, and new universities are joining it. So we expect to see it grow and grow.
Okay,
Talk
let's talk about, I guess you guys have a new addition to the fleet.
We do.
We've got new vehicles.
We do. We have several new vehicles.
Okay.
Actually 13 in all. So
right.
it's a big
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 buses.
purchase this year, and it includes our 3 largest buses we've ever had, which will be running on Route 1
Yeah.
to help alleviate some of the overcrowding we've had in the past, we've had for years. So it just takes time for these things to happen, but they're finally here. We've talked about it for years. It's very exciting to our customers because you ride,
Yeah.
how crowded they could be in the mornings,
Oh, yeah.
especially.
Oh yeah.
And even in the afternoons.
Oh yeah.
So it'll alleviate crowding. It'll also help us improve our on-time performance on that route because because of the size of them, they're going to just stick to the route, and we'll have a separate off-route service altogether, which is our new ADA paratransit program that is going to be starting very shortly.
Okay.
And that will complement these new buses and that route. And so it will be another like a dollar ride program that just operates right along that route. So it's a service for people who are unable to use the fixed route, and you just would apply through, and there's an application program, a process, and that's available. People can go to our website, the9towntransit.com, and you could either download the application there, or you can fill it out right online, and it just gets emailed right to us. And then we'll be in contact to set up an interview and go through a process of getting the person certified. And once they're ADA certified, then they have the ability to use both our ADA paratransit system and any other one in Connecticut. And the Connecticut ones are really simple. We share the certification with each other.
Right.
So they'd be able to go into places like New Haven and use that system there. And the other nice thing is that it's valid anywhere in the country for up to 21 days. So if you're just traveling, say in New York City, you can use their ADA paratransit system for up to 21 days a year. So it's a great thing to have. So anybody who lives within 3/4 of a mile of Route 1 in either Old Saybrook, Westbrook, Clinton, or Madison, if you think that you might be eligible, you can't use a regular bus system, certainly would encourage you to apply. And it's a one-time process you go through to just certify that you are in fact enabled to use a bus system, and it gives you a lot of privileges.
Cool.
So we're really encouraging people to go ahead and get certified now. Don't wait until we stop doing the off routes as we do now. Get yourself certified and be ready for this changeover. It's going to happen in the next month or so.
Cool. Very nice.
And then the other exciting project we have going on is that we're going to be a pilot site for a new type of transit service. It's a very new concept in public transit. It's called microtransit. And the idea is to use technology like a ride-sharing company does, so that you can call a bus on an app and it will arrive within 10 minutes of your request. So it's kind of a door-to-door service, but it's on-demand public transit. And it operates in a smaller area. In our case, we're going to be doing it around the Old Saybrook and Westbrook train stations, and as far up as Centerbrook. So, and the idea is to kind of be a first mile, last mile connector for the railroad. So we know that in our area there's a challenge of once people get off the train, if they come out this way to work, and one of our many employers,
Yes.
And I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's certainly one of them. Mm-hmm. They have trouble getting from the train station to their place of employment.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that we're trying to connect those workplaces with the train station so they can get employees in from the neighboring cities, and then they can hop off a train and hop right onto a bus that will take them straight to where they're going, or very close to it. I mean, it will be a shared ride, but in a very small area. So it will
Excellent.
go to like the industrial park in Old Saybrook.
Yep.
And much more.
Yeah.
So it's Old Saybrook, Westbrook, and parts of Centerbrook, and get from both the Westbrook and Old Saybrook stations. And it's going to be a 3-month pilot starting in May. During that 3-month pilot, it's going to be free.
Okay.
And in addition to being able to use it on a smartphone, people will also be able to call our regular number.
Yep.
And schedule it if somebody's not, if they doesn't have a smartphone or isn't very comfortable using their smartphone, they'll be able to call us too.
Yes.
And we'll be using a vehicle with a wheelchair lift. So again, it will be accessible to everybody.
Cool.
So it's a very new concept. We're piloting it for the state as a way to see, is this a good way to provide those connections to train stations? Mm-hmm. So we're really excited to be that test site, and that's going to be launching again in May.
And I was going to say, you're probably going to have people that are going to test out and see how everything works.
Yeah, well, we're hoping a lot of people will be testing it. But we've been working with Shoreline East to help them inform their riders. We're reaching out to employers. So we're doing a lot of outreach right now, trying to get people ready for it to start in May.
Cool.
And start helping employers get employees out
Very
here to the
nice.
shoreline to work using the rails. Yeah, it's a very exciting
Very
program.
cool service.
Yeah, we're very, very excited to get started.
Exactly.
And of course, another big thing that's going on right now
Yeah.
is we're in the middle of a large regional bus study, and that sounds kind of boring to people.
Bus
I know.
study, okay.
Yeah, it sounds kind of boring, but
Okay.
it isn't. Well, the study part is, but the outcome is going to be that they're going to be reviewing all of our schedules, travel patterns, and such, and be able to come back with some recommendations to improve our routes, our schedules. And the other thing we've tasked them with is getting them all to connect better. So, so in the end, it's going to result in a much better bus system, and we're really excited to have that process going. We've been working on this trying to get this going for years, and we're very excited that's finally happening. And again, it should result in a much better bus system for our residents here on the shoreline.
I was going to say, if people are a little skeptical about downloading the app and booking online, they can always call the office and
Yes.
book
That's right.
everything
Yeah.
online.
Yep. Yeah. As I said earlier, just like with the fare payment, we're trying to have as many options as available as possible because we serve such a wide range of people.
Oh yeah.
Only 30% of the people who use us are seniors.
Right.
So while it's a big number, and we very happily serve seniors, 70% of our people are not. So we have to have stuff for how seniors want it, the way
Right.
seniors want to use it, which often tends to be, not always, but often tends to be by phone. But we also have to have ways for younger people to book too. So we're trying to have the full gamut. So we'll never, no way, and not in the near future will we stop having the older
Right.
phone type service. And in fact, we're investing in phone type service right now. Again, in the next about 2 months, we'll have a call out system where people who book Dial Ride will get a confirmation call the night before, just like your doctor's office does.
Yep.
And then we'll get a call right before the bus arrives, telling the buses will be arriving shortly.
Sort of like it does on the app.
Yes.
Sort of.
Just like on the app,
Sort of.
but for people who don't want to,
that don't wanna-
or
Exactly.
aren't able to use a smartphone. So we got to have all the different options out there for all the different types of people we serve.
Speaking of calling you guys, phone number.
Yes.
What is it?
So our phone number is 860-510-0429.
I think I know the number off the top of my head.
I'm sure you do.
Right.
And the last thing I'll mention, the last big project we
Yeah,
have going
sure.
on, and again, we're a little early, it's going to be launched in a few months,
Yep.
is we will have vehicle locating available, again, by smartphone,
Yep.
but also by text. So when you're out there waiting for the bus, you'll be able to see exactly where your bus is. Not just not dial a ride like we do now, but you have fixed routes too. So
Cool.
you'll be able to see the real-time location of all of our fixed routes and see estimated arrivals to your bus stop.
Excellent.
So if the bus is running a little late from traffic or whatever, it's snowing out,
you know.
you'll be able to see that and be able to plan accordingly. So again, you're not waiting outside in the snow. You know, I mean, snow days, everybody's delayed, right?
Oh, yeah.
All of us are. So at least people will know. And again, we know that many people still don't have smartphones or are unable to use them.
Yep.
And so we'll also have a text messaging option where they could just text their bus number to a phone number, and they'll get back the same information, that estimated arrival to that bus stop.
Cool.
So again, you know, lots of different ways to have the information available and make it easier and easier for people to use the bus.
Website for you guys one more time before we say goodnight.
So it's www.9towntransit.com.
Joe Comerford, I want to thank you for coming down. We'll see you again
Thank you
soon.
so much. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
On behalf of Joe Comerford, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks. Good night. We'll see you next time.